Hello, welcome back to Affirmations. I want to thank my subscribers, any new subscribers I have. Welcome and thank you. Anyone passing through, want to thank you for swinging through as well. I want you all to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I post, okay? For those of you that are new, normally we will always light Palo Santo. And again, it is my belief that anytime we are doing any type of healing, it is spiritual in nature, right? And so, just like in churches or temples, we have a right to incorporate those things in our healing as well, okay? Wishing everyone mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health, okay? Also, too, for those of you that are new and that are passing through, we always will start with the scripture of Proverbs 18, verse 21. Death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And I've added, have you been feeding yourself fresh or rotten fruit? Or also too wanting you to mind the self-talk that you do with yourself as well as what you speak, as well as what you speak about others. Sometimes if we are being malicious or lying on others, sometimes it can activate reap what you sow. And one of the things that we're practicing with healing slave trauma is we want to be aware, because again, one of the things they did is pit us against each other. So we want to make sure that we are resisting that, right? Okay. Also too, there's information in the description box if you need to get in contact with me, or information about how to find a therapist, as well as information about self-harm, okay? So do check that out. Also to look at the community posts. A lot of times I'm posting videos about certain topics regarding our people, okay? Okay, so one of the segments that we do for those of you that are new is something called Inner Child. And a lot of times another segment I do is story time for children of the slaves. I need to find a book for us to review to apply it to our people. But this particular deck is in the description section, okay? But, one of the things we also talk about is how, as a people throughout the generations, and especially in slavery, childhood was lost, right? Children were like little adults to be sold and sent wherever. And throughout the generations, a lot of us, we got this one, have been have had to be not only a child but also to adult at the same time, right? And so the conversation normally will happen to where we come to the understanding and realization that we are going to be judged more harshly, even as children, right? And so something we want to do is to connect back to our inner child, because it was kind of robbed or stolen from us. This is where we dream, we hope, we grow, we figure out our life passion. And so we want to be able to do that. But the card we got is resilience. Resilience, right? There's nothing else. We are a resilient people. Let's see what resilience is talking about. We have to remember to be resilient, right? And it talks about, and I love this particular deck because it talks about it from a child's standpoint. It says pancake flipping is a tricky business. When Benny's in the kitchen, more food ends up on the floor than in the pan. That doesn't mean he's going to stop making breakfast. He knows that if he just keeps trying, one day he'll manage to flip the perfect pancake, right? It says the outcomes of our endeavors are never assured, right? Nothing's guaranteed. We only truly have control over our actions. The way we react to unpleasant circumstances may contribute to the severity of the fallout, and our perceptions determine how long the fallout lasts. Isn't that true, right? Depending on how we react to something, we can make it better or worse. And how severe it is has to do with how we perceive the damage, right? And how long we allow it to last. This card comes to shine light on the ladder that will lead you out of the pit. It has been there all along. You only need to summon the strength to climb. Trials and hardships are inevitable. And if there's not a group of people that know that, right? Every one of us will fall one day, whether by chance or on our own design. And that's an important concept. We must take responsibility. Sometimes our hardships are because of our decisions, and sometimes they're random. But we must be clear in our mind and not lie to ourselves. Those who search for a way out of the pit emerge stronger. Those who take the offered hand and let themselves be pulled from the dark emerge untainted. This card asks you to cultivate resilience, turn each obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Things don't always go according to plan. Often this happens to attract our attention and steer us towards advancement. If we have been caught up in particularly unhelpful thoughts, a perceived mistake can draw our attention and force us to grow or ground us in the present moment. If you have fallen, shake it off, have a laugh, and refocus on the present. It is in the present that we experience the spontaneous magnificence of life. The affirmation is I make the best of every situation. I see mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow with a smile, right? So we have resilience down packed, but also, too, we want to give ourselves permission to sit in our feelings if we need to do that, but also reminding ourselves when we're feeling overwhelmed that we have the power at any point in time to decide to look at the situation, to identify our role in the situation or even our naivety and what have we learned so we don't end up in a similar situation, or to be able to pass that on to the next generation or someone else, right? Each one teach one. Yeah. So resilience. Yes. Be of good courage. Okay. So that's a quick one today. I'm just going to kind of end it on this note. Again, look in the description box if you need to contact me. Also, too, want you to check out the post in the community post. Again, I'm posting videos that are kind of on other topics of interest. Okay. And I'll end with my statement that I always end with. Everyone has a right to heal from trauma without interference and in privacy, right? Even a race nation. And until next time.